Have you had enough of watch brands that constantly go on about speed, cars, space, climbing, diving, moons, hiking, and wonder if there's anything else we could perhaps draw inspiration from? Before answering that question, there's of course a reason as to why these activities are often referenced, since they tend to relate to a sense of freedom, away from daily chores, and of course adventurous activities. Would it make sense then to throw yourself behind cycling as the theme to adopt for the next line of watches? I'm not sure about the answer to that question, but Swedish brand Bravur have certainly gone all in with many recent releases and even a line of clothing to match. The Grand Tour series is really cool and incredibly colourful, fresh and fun. The latest Team Heritage releases is also fantastic, and today I had the least colourful but possibly most striking in the Team Heritage Peu, as in Peugeot. This looks like nothing else I've handled, which I love on principle already. The design of this watch revolves around the iconic pattern of Peugeot, the renowned French team ranked as the most successful in history. With its apparently, and I'm speaking as a non-cycling sport aficionado here, iconic checkerboard pattern, the team has become synonymous with cycling history, and the jersey acted as the team's trademark from 1963 to 1986. You can get this in the color combination I have here, but also in the black PVD case, and both leather and black FKM rubber available, the latter which I also have to show you today. It's difficult to describe how dense and high quality this watch is in person. I'm sure it can look a little dainty in videos, but let me assure you this is a high quality watch, and I'm very happy to have this on loan from one of the founders, Magnus, in the gorgeous harbour city of Båstad in Sweden. Let's check it out. As with most things out of Sweden, the attention to detail is often on point. The packaging here is incredibly impressive, with the same green color used in many of their pieces in high quality cardboard, and the watch was contained within a bar bag designed to sit under the seat of your bike. A microfiber cloth sticker of the team's Volvo 145 from 1973, and more really hammers home the luxury offering here. So let's talk sizes. It's a 37mm diameter watch and a 44.8mm lug to lug. Lug width is 18mm and it's 11.9mm thick, including the crystal. It weighs in at 84 grams and is water resistant to 100 meters. Yes, it's on the smaller side, but cyclists tend to be on the leaner side too. Getting up close and personal with the dial shows a surprisingly intricate design, much more than the black and white patterns indicate. In the center of the dial is an embossed checkered pattern that almost resembles a brick wall, something you'd not want to see as a cyclist. But it does a great job of highlighting the Bravur logo at just under the 12, and we also get automatic and the iconic black and white pattern. At just under the 6, we get a Swedish sole Swiss made in green, indicating that the watch is hand assembled in Sweden, which is about 1600 kilometers from Switzerland and definitely a different country, just for the record. The green text might appear odd until you notice little green squares underneath each black arrow indice around the dial, and also a green mark on the seconds hand counterweight. This is a nod once again to the BP logo that featured on the jerseys of the riders from 1956 to 1975. The risk of this treatment is that it's difficult to align an indice with a square, which I found a few tiny examples of, but you would never see this with the naked eye. Going back to the 12 mark, we once again get the same distinctive pattern, and I can see why they've gone all in here. It is an attractive logo to my eyes. Other than that, an excellent quality printed minute track around the dial, and beveled hour and minute hands with one side brushed and one polished to catch the light in all conditions. These hands are sometimes a little hard to see, and I wonder if they should have perhaps been black instead. This tops off an interesting and cohesive dial that is like nothing else that I've ever seen. Covering the dial is a domed sapphire crystal with AR coating, and a brushed and polished fixed bezel that catches the light nicely without being distracting. Subtle and sculpted crown guards protect a good size and interesting shaped crown that is signed with the Bravur logo and more combinations of brushed and polished, and once again I find the case obviously inspired by other watches but looks like its own thing, and that's an achievement I feel in design where everything has been done. Flipping the watch over and we get another classic design of the Team Heritage watch that is set to capture the spirit of the period that inspired the collection. An unmistakable part of the sport during the era apparently was the classic cycling cap, and the unique shape of its brim is the inspiration behind the Team Heritage logo, which is why we find a cycling cap on the caseback. On the caseback you'll also find the individual numbered edition as well as the water resistance written in a tire pressure style, as in max 10 bar or 145 psi, which again would make sense to cyclists. Behind the cap sits a Sellita SW200 automatic movement with the usual 41 hours power reserve. It's unexciting but reliable and easy to service all around the world. More fun details can be found with the rubber strap sporting a pattern that references the cap once again, and another little cap on the buckle. Even the holes on the straps are cap shaped, and none of this would have been cheap to achieve with nothing off the shelf at all. The loom is probably my only disappointment really. I feel that whilst the tips of the hands are okay for loom, these black squares should have been black loom, which whilst usually quite weak, would have at least added another surprise. Or even the green underneath these blocks be loomed, but at least there's some way here to tell the time in the dark. When you make watch videos more or less every week, perhaps you tend to get extra excited about something really out of the ordinary and in disproportion to the need for such a thing, but I love this for its individual style and tons of little details everywhere. Considering this, I don't think the $1,195 asking price is unreasonable, but I do have to wonder if there is an audience for cycling watches paying homage to classic team colors and riders out there. I really hope there is, and I don't think the Bravur team would have kept pushing these models out otherwise. So what if you don't care about cycling? Could you still wear this? In my opinion, yes. These patterns and the black on white could be an avant-garde approach to design, referencing art or good design from many other creative industries, and would look good on both men and women as a statement piece. So what about you? Have you fallen for this little piece out of Sweden, or will you continue to head south to Switzerland and stick to your dive watches? Thanks very much. Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching as always. I will catch you next time.